Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here with another great diecast review. This show, man, I'm telling you what, it is special for so many reasons, and we'll just start right off with a look back at Michigan. How about Kyle Larson? We have made no bones about it. We love Kyle Larson here at Plan B Sales. As a matter of fact, we sponsored his sprint car the last few years during winter heat, and he's been in victory lane with our big Plan B Sales logo on it. So we think the world of Kyle. He's been here many times, and we are so happy that he picked up the win. 99th career start, first career victory, 13th driver to win this year. And for Kyle, man, we've been on the door, so close with him. 4 times he finished second. Fortunately, he was able to win. And what that means from the diecast perspective is, race-winning diecast is, of course, available at Plan B Sales. But we were just walking around the warehouse this morning and looking back. We have got a lot of Kyle Larson diecast, and we're looking at the cars. And here's just one of the Target Chevrolets that we have from Kyle from the past here that we have autographed by Kyle from one of his visits here. So we have got a huge amount of Kyle Larson diecast available, whether it's the Target Chevrolet, some of his Xfinity Series cars, even a Truck Series truck that we have available. So just go to Plan B Sales, type in Larson, and just look at what we have, or go to Plan B Sales, type in Larson, Michigan, and make sure you get pre-ordered that race-winning diecast. We're going to have autographed and non-autographed versions of that race-winning diecast available. So we're so excited and so proud of Kyle Larson, and we just appreciate his friendship with us here at PlanBSales.com. A couple other notes from Sunday afternoon at Michigan. How about Chase Elliott? That close, very, very close. Looked like he was going to win for quite some time there. Great race for Chase Elliott. I know he was disappointed, but second place is an awful good day. And Ryan Blaney, it was a good day for the rookies. Ryan Blaney with a 4th place run. Time now for your questions here from right down below on YouTube. So type those questions in, and we might get a chance to answer yours the next time here on the Diecast Review Show. Joshua Kirsch writes in, what do you think have been the 3 biggest stories in Sprint Cup so far? Okay, well, I think the biggest story has been the dominance of Joe Gibbs Racing. My gosh, they came out of the box and they have just been absolutely making everyone step their game up. So the number 1 story I have in the Sprint Cup Series is the dominance of Joe Gibbs. Second and third are first-time winners. Let's go back to Pocono. Chris Buescher, and I think this can be the second story depending on what they parlay in this in Front Row Motorsports. They need to stay in that chase field, and right now they're on the border. They're inside the chase field in that top 30 in points, but they can't have any more bad days like they had at Michigan. So I think the Chris Buescher win, and then I think Kyle Larson's win at Michigan. Kyle's perspective is a little different than the small team of Front Row Motorsports. Kyle's perspective is he's been so close so many times, and finally he got over the hump and also put Chip Ganassi Racing back in victory lane after some time away. So I think those race winners are the 3 big stories of 2016. Mr. Speed says, do you think NASCAR should lower the downforce and create more horsepower, increase the horsepower more on the cars? I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. Michigan, I'm not sure. The second race there was significantly different. The first race, I think, was a little bit better, and the Kentucky race was good. So I like the direction we're going. It's a matter of, with this lower downforce package, it's easy to say just lop the spoiler off, or lop this off, or change this. And it's easy to say just increase the horsepower, but they've got to do matching with Goodyear tires and matching with the racetrack. And that's why I think the process is taking a step-by-step approach so that Goodyear can stay up with all of the changes. But I think, Mr. Speed, we're going more in that direction. Alright, so it's time now. Darlington Raceway, the Bojangles Southern 500, one of our favorite races of the year. We love history, we love historic diecast, and we have it all going on this weekend. It is going to be fun. Darlington has hosted 112 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series races. Jeff Gordon, among active drivers, is the leading race winner with 7. Jimmy Johnson has 4 wins, Greg Biffle 2. The Joe Gibbs drivers, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Carl Edwards, they each have a win. Kevin Harvick has a win, and the race winner from last year was Carl Edwards. Now, when we think of throwback diecast, this kind of goes in 2 different directions. Historic NASCAR, or maybe historic with the sponsor, and we've got a couple of samples here for you. This is Kurt Busch's car. Now, this is the Haas VF1 car. Back in 1988, Haas Incorporated, Haas Automation, developed their first upright machine. It was called the VF1, and they are honoring that on Kurt Busch's car. So this car, while maybe not something that we think about historically with NASCAR, within the confines of Gene Haas's business, this car has a sweet piece commemorating some great history in the Haas Automation Company. Now, on the racetrack, we have got this beauty, and I'm telling you what, when they unveiled this earlier this year, it just went wild. This is Kevin Harvick's Busch beer car. This goes back to the 1979 Daytona 500 Cale Yarborough paint scheme. Remember that race? Cale Yarborough, Donnie Ellison racing for the win, bouncing off each other. The fight in turn number 3 with the Ellison boys, Richard Petty and Victory Lane, but this is the Cale Yarborough throwback paint scheme, and we have this available in stock. We have all of the throwback cars available either in stock, soon to arrive in stock, or on the pre-order, and you just need to go to planbsales.com. Up in the upper right hand corner, 2016 Darlington is going to get you everything you are looking for. This is such a fun weekend, and everybody has really taken it to the nth degree. Last year, I remember Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon's crew. They showed up with white pants like they used to wear back in the day, red shirts. They had the red Chuck Taylor sneakers. Really cool look. Remember Eric Almirola? He actually had the mustache, just like Richard Petty did when he showed up at Darlington, and I expect more of the same this year. Grand Marshals for this year's race, Mark Martin's going to return. It'll be great to see him along with Rick Hendrick and Richard Childress. And yes, they're even doing it with the national anthem, Greg Brady. Yeah, Barry Williams is going to sing the national anthem, so can't even imagine what Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch looks like. It is going to be Throwback Weekend. Again, all of the Throwback Diecast available at planbsales.com, but you need to follow along all week long on social media because we are going to have a lot of fun with this. And it starts with our question of the week, and it's pretty simple. Looking at all the cars this weekend, not all the diecast, all the cars this weekend. Most of them are having diecast made, but there's some beauties in the Xfinity Series that are not going to have diecast attached to them. What is your favorite throwback car from this weekend at Darlington? Again, that question, your favorite throwback car from Darlington, you can answer right down below here on YouTube. All the great diecast available, all the great stuff from Darlington is available at planbsales.com. And thanks for joining us for the Diecast Review Show. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at PlanBSales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.